today, you could mistake today for a summer's day. Like, obviously it's not boiling hot, but here in the summer it gets too hot if anything. Like, I've got a t-shirt on. The sea is like perfectly flat almost. There's a few little ripples. St Tropez now in the back. But yeah, people are missing out. Like, there's, in summer this is absolutely, there'll be boats everywhere, but because it's winter, it's just no one about. There's no wind at all, so there's no putting the sail up today. And I don't know what that looks like on camera, but it's impressive to my eyes. I might even like get into the middle of this and turn the engine off and just sit for a bit. Keep meaning to buy a new fishing rod, but it's just another expense. I should really, because it wouldn't be a bad afternoon. See if I could catch some Royal Dorade for my tea. So in slow-mo mode here, like ultra slow-mo mode, and I feel a bit bad talking over this part because it was nice. Like, got out into the middle of the bay of St Tropez, turned the engine off because it was just flat and calm, and just sat there for a little bit. But yeah, slow-mo is because this is the last bit of footage before I then spent a week with no footage in Port Remote. So we've been in Port Remote for about a week, and I'm going to move today. I need to find a cheap port really. But yeah, in that week we got some stuff done. Did find an autopilot now. It's in this shrink wrap because it was out in the rain and it got wet inside, so it needs resealing properly. Other than that, in the week, did we get much else done? Really didn't get as much done as I probably should have done this week, but did fit a fishing rod holder, so we can now fish off the boat. There's a little lure on there, so hopefully we can catch some sea bass. Yeah, it was a lure for sea bass. Replaced the halyard for the mainsail and for the Genoa, so that's good. Broke my phone, so I need to find out a way to get all of the videos off it. And I'm just going to see if I can show you these strange things I keep seeing in the water. And someone might be able to tell me what on earth they are. It looks like they've got eyes from here, but I don't know. You'll be able to see better on the video. I left this footage in because you don't see anything because there's nothing there. But I swear there were these quite big things that looked like they were attached to the rock, but there's nothing there. It's a mystery. Tonight mainly is I don't know. I want to go the way I came, but then beyond it. I was going to go today, but there weren't much wind. There is a bit of wind now, and I need to fix the navigation lights because you know, if it was just like this, I don't think I'd mind really going at night time, but obviously I'd want the navigation lights working. Well, I have to have the navigation lights working. And yeah, the reason I'm now going to St Tropez, despite wanting to go to St Maxime is €5 a night more for some crazy reason. And you know, I don't know when I get there if it'll be open.
much space I can go in. At least when I get to St Tropez, I think it was 6 last time. I had to be there before 6. I'm hoping that's still the case because it's past 5. And there's loads of empty spaces unless something's miraculously changed. Again, if the anchor lights were working, it wouldn't be a bad night to anchor out. I keep saying that I should be anchoring out more and saving the nightly fee. I think it's quite easy to think because it's winter you can't, but tonight and throughout the night there's just this light breeze, which is not a lot, and the sea, because the breeze is coming from land over there, all this cove's actually, unless it was a fairly big wind, it's all fairly protected. However, I do need to just make sure I sort a few stuff out, so that should become my priority. Navigation lights, and then just making sure I've got plugs that work so I can charge my phone and stuff, because I should be out here, not in a port when it's like this. But yeah. Take that back, my priority should be sorting this engine out, because it's, I was barely going, I was doing just over 10 RPM and then the engine stopped. Just wanted to wait till I went in. Just gonna leave it on a neutral for a little bit. The sail is taking me, to be fair, like I'm doing about 2.5 knots. I just checked on the chart plotter. I can see the rocks over there, and it's full moon, and it's tempting. Like the wind throughout the night is like a breeze. I just need this autopilot. I'm hoping I can get to work, because I've spent 200 on it, and I know it would have been like 500 for a new one, but now I've already invested 200 in. Yeah, it's not ideal. Neither's that flapping sail. Looking at a new sail, but the sail itself, apart from being dirty, which could be sorted out, there's a few rips. I might just be better off getting it repaired. If I knew how to do it, there must be a way to do that. Still no fish. So just approaching St Tropez now. It is quite dark. Last time I went in here, I went in forwards, and it was a bit difficult. It was fine, but yeah, it was hard to like hold the front while I tied it on, whereas it's quite easy to do it from the back, or easy-ish. I'm going to struggle to make it by 6 though. So we was all trying to set off from St Tropez over in the direction of Cannes maybe today, even if we just got back to St Raphael where I was before, and then maybe try get over towards Cannes and the airport tomorrow. Anyway, I've cleaned most of it now, but then I took all the floor up, and because the water does leak a bit from the engine, which I've probably explained before, do need to get it fixed, but it's not so easy to do, so that's why I've not done it yet. But this was all full, the bilge underneath, and that there is fuel. So I left it for an hour, so I'm probably not going anywhere today because this is taking ages. The good thing is, by leaving it for an hour, it leaked, so then I've had a look behind, and that, it's not coming from like a blown anything, which was my worry. But I'll see if I can show you. Got my head into here, and you can see it's leaking from that pipe there, so I'll probably just need to put that back on better and tighten it up, and then that should be leak solved. But yeah, I didn't really want to stay. I just want to get out of paying, somewhere else I could be paying half as much. So looks like it's going to be another day though, so yeah, that's that. But I'm going to fix this leak now, but I've got like fuel is on literally everything, and it smells, and it's obviously not good for you. So I need to do that, and then just like clean all the floor where fuel's gone over. It's not all fun and games. So luckily, because I've spent the day, well, didn't go anywhere yesterday because of the fuel leak and then everything else. Today I've spent the day then tried to just connect the battery back to the original leisure battery I had, which is this one here. But even that, it was saying it was fully charged, but it didn't even really turn over the engine. That's then the one that I was using. It is actually, it's not a marine battery, it's a tractor battery, but it's been working fine up until now. And I found 4 of these. Anyway, luckily I kept a second one, and it's taken a massive space up in like the wardrobe basically. And I've nearly got rid of it a few times because it's too big to be there. Like it's huge, that. But I have wired that other one that I'd kept as a spare in now. This is all a bit of a mess because you know, it's not easy getting that in that gap. It's like taking all the edge of the like fiberglass off, but it is in there now and it's working. So I'm not sure what's made both batteries die. Like there's no reason for it. Like this and the controller there should stop too much power being taken out for it to go so flat, but it hasn't for some reason. Anyway, I'm gonna go. The problem is I literally got that working about 10 past 12, and then the port captainary is shut between 12 and 2. That don't give me much time. There's not much wind, and I don't want to motor like that far, because even with a motor I can do about 2 knots, but if I put it any higher it just overheats. So there's a few different places on the map which, as long as I go back over that way, there's where I came from, St Raphael, Santa Lucia Port, but there's not much difference between Santa Lucia Port and if I go a bit further on to then Agay, where I can pick up a mooring buoy, or if they're gone, just anchor. I've tried to call to see if they're still there, but there's no answer. But if I get there, I could in theory just anchor, and then tomorrow I'll probably head further around, or to the airport. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but for today I need to move. I've seen a way to do some steering, self-steering using Genoa. The only thing with that is I've got that silly paddle board still taking up too much room, and I've tried in a few different ports now, like, can I dispose of this? And they're having none of it. They're like, you need to take it to the skip. It's like, it's not really possible. Anyway, yeah, I've got to go today. It's expensive staying here. Like, I'm just racking up over the last week, €20 a night bill. Ideally, you know, I've got a long way to go, so I need to not be spending money where I can. And it's too easy to go get a wine. And last night I think it was €10 I paid for a wine, so it's not good. My big challenge is in the next 20 minutes while I'm waiting for the captainary to reopen is how I'm going to get them, because that one weighs an absolute ton. I need to get them off the boat because I'm not sailing around with them. My thought is I'm going to get it to the back. I'm going to use some rope to lower it off the back onto the platform, then lower it into the dinghy, and then take it over to the bins. But I'm not even sure over at the bins. I haven't seen a place for batteries, but it's going. You pay a lot of money, so you know, people don't have cars and stuff. Like, even if I had a car, I couldn't sail somewhere, go get the train, take the car. It'd just be silly. So they need to take some responsibility when you're trying to get rid of stuff. Like, they charge a lot of money,
and they're happy enough to take it. So they're taking these 2 batteries today. So, and it's good now because at least I've freed up the room back in the wardrobe.
So they're off the boat. I debated putting them in the dinghy, however that edge landed on a beer can before and it absolutely exploded. So, you know, if I just catch the end of that with that corner, it might pop the dinghy. So I've been to the captainry because otherwise carry it all the way around there and it's so heavy. So yeah, I've just got to manoeuvre that and work out how I'm going to open the gate from the inside because the keypad's on the outside. Been over, got the water out of the dinghy the lazy way by floating around. I might go back and just show how many jellyfish are in the water at the minute because it's crazy. And I've just gone and topped up the diesel. We're leaving it quite late in the day. You know, I was adamant I was leaving today, but you know, the bits I have to do before I go, I'm not too sure. I did seen a boat out there and it's, you know, it did have a, you just can't feel any wind, but you know, there's obviously a bit, but the bike's fallen over as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna get these back, come back, decide, and then if I'm going, go. So we're just leaving, just checking behind, see I haven't forgot anything. I always forget things. The bike I've moved, and I'm going to try out this self-steering system. So, as always, you see where the sun is. We've got about an hour left of daylight, but for the 20 euros it costs tonight, like, there's not much wind. I'm going to put both sails up, the main sail, while it's not that windy. I did try prepare it a bit. The boom's a bit strange, like the connection at the front, but you know, it's not that windy, so we're going to give it a go. Yeah, I've not really even prepared the boat to go on the inside, like there's stuff everywhere, but I'm going to see how it goes, see how the sea is, see how the wind is, and for the night I think I'm just going to anchor. Because yeah, I could go back into St Raphael. I won't make it there before dark. I could, you know, if I did 4 knots, I'd be in a gate in 3 hours. But again, like I've got like the chart plotter. The mast light works. I'll probably never be able to like actually use this because I'll be admitting that I know the rest of the lights don't work, but you know, there's not many boats, and it's, you know, it's not that dark. Like it's fine. You know, if it goes dark, I'll be watching where I go anyway. So I'll just have to make sure I'm nowhere near any other boats. I was going to show the jellyfish, but I ended up leaving in a bit of a rush. Anyway, worst case scenario, I'll get out of here and you know, I'm in that bay. There's various places in the bay I can just go and anchor up, so we'll see how it is, see how the wind seems and how fast I'm going. Okay, so about to turn back into the wind and then hoist the mainsail. That particular mainsail's never been hoisted before, it's brand new, and it's going to be the first time on this, but I've hoisted the mainsail, so I'm a little bit nervous, mainly about getting it back down, but I do find if I am going to anchor, I'm going in that direction, and the wind's coming from like over there, so I should, if nothing else, be able to find a bit of a course to get it back down, but I do struggle to get it back down. That's why I need an autopilot. Anyway, if I can't get it back down, I'm just going to have to keep going through the night, I guess, but I'm going to give it a go. The fishing line is out, dinghy's behind, we're going over there. The sun's probably not going to take too long to set, but, and again, I don't see another sailboat anywhere, which always just unnerves me a little bit, but yeah, we're going to get it up when I get a sailboat. One day I'll get good at actually videoing. So it's up. I feel like I forgot how to use the mainsail. It must have been, well, yeah, it's 2 years. See if we can remember. Loosen that a bit. Right over to the correct angle you want. Tighten it. Get the boat straight. Right. Oh, I dread to think what my face looks all concerned then. So we're going to have to go over that way, tack back out, and then tack back in if we do want to get down that cove. But as I say, we might just go over there and anchor for the night and then go again tomorrow. We'll see. Does that do it? I haven't used the mainsail for so long. So both sails are up, moving like really slow now. The motor was helping. I don't know, I might have to put it back on in a minute. I always knew there weren't going to be much wind, and I don't know if the wind's actually changing a little bit, because the sail definitely looks like it wants to go to the other side. So unless the wind has literally just this minute changed direction, which won't be the first time. Anyway, I've just put the GoPro on because I thought I saw Finn in the water. Now, I probably didn't, but I have seen dolphins here once. And I know I keep going on about it, and I'm not probably going fast enough, but they haven't got any other boats they could be chasing, so who knows? Has the wind... I mean, there just is no wind really. That's why it's doing it. But could just go anchor St Maxime for the night, and you know, close to the beach. Can still get in there with a dinghy if I want. But obviously the aim was to go over there. It's a shame the lights don't work properly, because that is what puts me off. We are moving very, very steady, like 1.2 knots at the minute. The sun, as you can see, is about to set behind me. I mean, as far as views go, that's, you know, that it's nice. Look at that. It's the sea's flat. Obviously the sound of the engine ruins it, but I mean, I am moving. If there was an autopilot which worked and I hadn't broke, I wouldn't even mind doing 1.2 knots, but I don't even know if I mind that much now. The wind is trying. But obviously then when it gets dark, the other issue is over there, I think I said when I was coming in from St Raphael last week, there's a buoy that you want to go around to, so it'd be on my right hand side, and in the dark that might not be so easy to see. If you go on the left hand side, you're going to hit rocks. So I mean, it's fine if I go far enough this side of it, but if I go all the way over here to make sure I get around it, I've then got a long way to go back that way. Anyway, I need to go because I just need to find the route around like the shallow bits and then get the anchor ready. It's been a while since I'm anchored, but yeah, you couldn't make it up. Like, just as the wind's actually started being wind. You can see all, like, I can feel a relatively good 12 knots blowing at me from through there, which, and you can see over there, like, I don't know if you can on the thing, but there's like, you can see where there's like no ripples in the water, so obviously no wind. And then here, all of a sudden actual wind. So, I don't know. I still haven't decided that side or that side. I feel like I'm going that side. So all anchored up. It went alright.